And we are here, we are live yet again. It's a Thursday night. We're on the BQE right now, driving our way to Queens, and we're glad that you could join us. If you're checking us out, by all means, like, share, comment, question, throw anything you've got in any single way. Boss man Joe Bellini, King of Chaos here. How you doing, boss?
I'm good. I'm just sharing it.
He's going ahead and sharing it, and please, Scotty Priest is watching as well. Scotty Priest should be sharing. Go right ahead, share this along. How are you feeling tonight, boss man? You're discussing some non-wrestling items just before hopping on the air.
I'm alright. Do you want to continue the conversation on the air, or do you not want to talk about what
I don't think we necessarily need to. I think there's been plenty said, and we don't got to go with it. What was I gonna? Oh, so I could start out with this before we go into anything else. The boss man and I, it's well documented. Anybody talks to either of us knows that we are fans of podcasts. I have a lot of time on the train to and from work, and pretty much anywhere else that I go, I listen to podcasts. I love talk radio, love that kind of stuff. So the boss man has kept telling me, "Oh, you got to check out Bischoff's podcast." And personally, I wasn't a huge fan of it, listening to the one episode that I did. So I'm gonna try and bounce this off each other. What is it about that podcast that for you drew you in?
And well, I'll tell you. And another thing I'm gonna say is I just started listening to Cornette's. I don't know which one I'm listening to, but it's him talking about the Great American Bash, and I like picking
right. That's his main one.
What's the name of it?
I don't know. Just Jim Cornette's Talkie Hour. I don't fucking know. The other one is the Drive-Thru. That's when he takes questions.
Okay,
from,
so
Twitter and shit.
When they do stuff like that, like Pritchard did what Pritchard started doing, taking like WrestleMania 4 and talking about it. I enjoy those. So when Bischoff is doing Bret Hart in WCW, I enjoy that because it's this motherfucker, you fucking asshole. Because it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you didn't know about, contracts. When Bret met with him and all that stuff, and how they weren't used. I'm just saying that particular episode. Then the finger poke of doom,
right?
And just shitting all over Vince Russo.
So that was the episode that I listened to. Was the finger poke of doom. So to me, again, I'm not going to pretend that I know what happened behind the scenes or any of that stuff. Obviously, that's Bischoff was there, but at the same time, I didn't enjoy how everything that was going on, he was making excuses for. It was like, oh, well, Goldberg this or Goldberg that. And then he would come in with, listen, this guy's, and he would go into a story about, when I met up with the executives of this, and it's like, that doesn't explain the absolute horseshit that was WCW's booking at the time. Again, he brought up a thing, and, Bischoff had nothing to say to it, where, they told everybody the night of the finger poke of doom that the, police precinct was across the street from the arena, and it took Goldberg a half hour from when the cameras said that he can go from the precinct where he was cleared of his charges. It took him a half hour to cross the street.
No, they didn't announce that it was across the street, but everybody knew it was across the street. That's what I think they said on that,
which looks really fucking stupid. It's just a fucking really dumb thing that, again, there's a lot of excuses in that one podcast that I caught. And it just seems to me that he was jumping into the corporate side, when I knew that this company was doomed when, the merger happens. It doesn't explain why you as the boss let all this horse shit happen.
No, I understand what I enjoy it because they talk about stuff that I didn't know about.
Okay.
Very similar to Pritchard's. That's what I'm saying.
I think Pritchard for me is better, and I'll tell you why. Because Conrad, I think, has a relationship with him and doesn't let him get away with shit. When he fucking defends the company,
he goes in on Bischoff. He really goes in.
He didn't in that episode.
Well,
at least in terms of what I was seeing, wasn't going that way.
He calls him out on a lot of shit, especially the Bret Hart episode.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It makes no sense to me that Bischoff would go after Bret Hart. Seems kind of ridiculous. I enjoyed Bret's book quite a bit. Bret Hart was the greatest wrestler of all time. He'll tell you that quite a bit in that book.
I think Bret's very into himself.
Very much, but I mean, you know what? To be totally honest, the guy kind of earned that ego. He was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. Hulk Hogan has a 10-inch penis. Terry does not, but Hulk does. Did you know that?
I did not.
He doesn't have the court deposition. We're start talking about that. Well, anyway, I guess we've already exhausted the whole idea of podcasting here. But let's hop in with some other topics. Any other questions? You guys hop in with any kind of questions that might, set us into something tonight. Again, super open to just about anything possible. You know what? Maybe we. Now, I think I'm still opposed to hopping into the. There's nothing good that comes from that the conversation we were having before.
No, nothing good can come out of it. But
right.
I'm not going to go out and do stuff like that, nor are you.
I'm saying, but there's nothing. I think nothing good in terms of like any kind of response on that kind of thing. Summarize kind of stuff. I mean, wrestling itself, at least
All right, I'll tell you what.
What?
Let's go back before we were talking about that. We'll let into that. What you were saying. It's unfortunate that in the years that me and you have known each other.
Yeah.
How many wrestlers that we've known between me and you?
Like personally known.
Right. That they're ending their how'd you say it?
Demise. Unfortunate demise.
Right.
They died under like really, rough or unfortunate circumstances.
Right. Tim Arson was mentioned, obviously. The thing with Rebel, Joe Moose.
Yeah.
Ian.
I go back. I mean, I know.
Physical.
I knew you weren't close with Jimmy Hustler, but I know that like
I knew Jimmy very well.
Right, but like I knew Jimmy for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before it happened. So like that was the first person that I knew personally.
I forgot about him.
Right, but like personally, like I had met the guy, I shook his hand, I shared a locker room with him, and then like a show later, he's deceased.
No, I knew Jimmy and me. Actually, our first shows were together. We did a lot of our first outside shows together. We trained together. I knew Jimmy. He died in 04? So I knew him about 6-7 years.
No, wasn't 04. It was
06.
06 or 07.
So I knew him almost 10 years I knew him. Yeah, I mean, and I forgot. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, so that's, 4 people, again, we knew personally.
Well, Timmy was like one of my close.
Yeah.
We had a falling out, but I mean, Timmy and me were really close.
Yeah.
When he died, I wasn't surprised. Like, I can't believe he died. I was still.
But it's an unfortunate circumstance. A guy so young dies from a heart attack. It's.
But I'll tell you this. I've been to people's weddings before. I've been in people's weddings before. Richie DeGreg, a few months ago, the night before.
I'm saying he should go the way of these guys.
No, what I'm saying is the night before.
You sure?
Yeah. The night before Tim Arson's wedding, we're out to 7 o'clock in the morning partying in Puerto Rico, and I'm like, this isn't good. And I don't know how we got up the next day, and it's just not normal. Like I didn't do that for anybody else's wedding, but Timmy's, everything with Timmy was like to the extreme. It's just can't.
Yeah, that was just who he was.
Let's just go home and go to bed. Let's party till we can't fucking walk anymore. Yeah, I had to leave that night. I said, Timmy, I gotta go back to the fucking hotel. Oh, I know how he was. It's like we used to joke around, and I'm saying this in total, fun and not knocking him, but he used to drive this broken down car, kind of like a fake sports car. We're like, yeah, here comes Timmy. He fucking would fly, blasting, ace of spades with a fucking bunch of white powder on his dashboard, pull the Red Rock, pull up right on the fucking the sidewalk there, and that's exactly how he was, and just leave his car there.
That was Timmy.
And who's gonna say anything to him? Timmy was a big dude.
That's true. I think that's the other thing is that I guess he was kind
of... Now, as big as he was, he would start a fight and I would always get getting hit first. Always! And I'd be like, yo, why the fuck are you punching me?
I think this episode might be time for some Timmy Arson stories.
Timmy Arson stories.
But I don't think we did that yet. Even Timmy's wedding stories. But no, I'll hop in where I'll say, like, I think Timmy was one of those guys who was like the quintessence when you think of like that 80s style wrestler where it's like
that's Timmy.
That's him. Right, just live everything, with no regrets and just do everything you possibly can. The volume up to 11 at all times.
That night he beat up the bum at the Garden after the fucking upright scissors.
Oh my god.
Put her in the fucking everything was worked. He was work punching her and the walls of Jericho and all that shit, but I'm like, who does that? I just wanted a gyro. And he grabs this woman, pulls around and starts fucking, sell it. She ripped his pants off and he walked away. I didn't see him for months after that. That's definitely Timmy.
Yeah, again, fucking just go ape shit at all fucking times. Alright, so I think we've reached the portion where like we've set the stage. for Joe to tell some old Tim Arson stories. So go ahead with some of your favorites, or one of your favorites at least.
Okay, well, all right. So I started dating Gina, and she started Johnny. She came out to the bars with us, and Gina was awesome in a fight because she would fucking fight, and so we're all the wrestlers from Gleason's at us right here.
Oh, I was gonna say I was taking another way, but you can
No, traffic's back there. Smooth, Juan Jeremy, some of the other students there, Phil. I don't know who else. Maybe I don't know if Flex is there. Timmy, of course. Red. We all go out to the bar. And we go out to eat afterwards.
Diaper Red.
Traffic here.
So it's time to go the other route.
I didn't realize there's fucking traffic here. This is dead stop. This isn't good. So Timmy, well, first of all, the girl, one of Johnny's students' girlfriends didn't like us, so she was talking shit in the fucking bathroom to Gina about me and Timmy and Mike, and Gina's getting annoyed. So they come out of the bathroom, we're sitting at the table, and some guy's girlfriend walks by, and there's Timmy, all over this girl, and there's a table of them. Like there was a table of us, there was a table of them, and these guys, I see Juan Jeremy jump up because these guys are coming over. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So we calm it down. We calm our friends drunk, yada yada. We're leaving, and Timmy couldn't help himself. He had to go over. What the fuck was the traffic about?
Oh, it's right here.
Jerk off. So Timmy couldn't help himself. He's going over to this fucking guy's table. He's hitting on this guy's girlfriend, as per usual, right in front of the guy. They're arguing. We get outside. The girl's talking. That girl that was talking shit in the bathroom was talking shit, and Gina grabs her, and according to Red, he's like, he's like Ric Flair. She gets her on the ground. She's just like, fucking giving it to her. So as this is going on, I'm like, well, Gina can take care of herself. Timmy's taking off his clothes. he's in the window of the fucking diner yelling, "Come on outside, motherfucker!" And the guys inside, they're all wild up, and the cops are coming, and Gina's beating up this guy's girlfriend, who is a friend of us, and got Timmy, got him out of there. Another time, there was one of the guy's girlfriends was doing a guest bartending gig at this place called the Waterloo one. It was
Is this with Snitsky?
With Snitsky. Did I tell the story already?
I just know all these, but the people don't, so go with it.
It was a place called the Waterloo, up kind of where I work, up in a nice area in Manhattan, a place that we had no business. We go to the Red Rock, that's our crowd, not this place. So we're all there, and this place is mobbed, and there, Bobby G is there, Smooth is there, Juan Jeremy's there, all these fucking guys are there. We're all drinking, having a good time. We're fucking with Bobby G. We're telling Red to go deliver him some food.
Stop doing it. Listen, you jerk.
Like they're making a jerk out of you.
Quit being a goddamn idiot. Fuck you. Okay, thank you.
So there's these girls. Timmy's trying to hit up with these girls, these two girls.
This is my favorite Timmy.
And I guess the girls didn't want to talk to Timmy. Come here, Joe. What's up? You see these girls here, and Timmy must have farted. It stunk like a sewer in there, and these girls' faces, they looked like they wanted to die. And I was like, oh, it stunk so fucking bad. I'm like, Timmy, this is gross. It got to the point where he was harassing so many people, and I guess that fart pissed off the owner. Now, this guy had no bouncers there. So it pissed off the owner. He goes, we come back, I'm sitting on the stool. I think I had Juan Jeremy, I think Sergeant Payne was there, Mike, smooth operator with someone, and Timmy's in front of me, we're bullshitting. This guy goes, I want you out of here right now. I've had enough of you the whole night. And Timmy looks at him, I didn't do nothing. and the guy's like, I don't care, get out. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm getting involved. And Timmy's getting mad, that vein is popping out of his fucking, I didn't fucking do anything. I'm not going nowhere. And Phil, who was friends with us, his girlfriend was guest bartender, so he pulled Timmy out. They had no bouncers there. So Timmy couldn't take Phil. Phil was like he was a training spot.
Yeah, Phil was in NXT for a while.
I don't know if he was.
Yeah, he was. I've seen him on there.
Maybe an FCW.
No, he was in NXT as well.
Okay, anyway, so he pulls Timmy out. The guy gets into a fist fight with me. So he hits me, I grab him, his shirt comes over him like a fucking hockey fight. And I'm hitting him, the other guy gets involved, Juan Jeremy jumps off the fucking